Browns come to the Kings with a clear organizational mandate. In the longest playoff drought in NBA history and return the Kings to the postseason for the first time in 16 years. Welcome to Refuse to Lose. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm your host today. Today we're going to talk about the Sacramento Kings' new hire, Mike Brown. So it was kind of a shocker to me. I had different reactions. So first, let me read. So first, when I first heard the news, leading up to the news, I saw a poll, and it had Sacramento fans. Who would you want? They had Clifford, Mark Jackson, they had Mike Brown. And then the fans, like 93% of fans voted Mike Brown. So, I'm in different Kings, Sacramento Kings groups, stuff like that. And everybody didn't like Mark Jackson in the Kings community because of his relationship with the Warriors front office. I like Mark Jackson because of when you hear the players talk about him, he's a player coach. And he instilled belief into that Warriors team, so he started that. I mean, look at the Warriors now. He created that foundation. So we have we have young players, and I think with Mark Jackson coming in, he can instill that confidence into those players. And he's a great defensive coach, just like Mike Brown is. So when I got the news that Mike Brown was hired, initially I was a little upset. I wasn't excited, and then, Woj reported from ESPN. Browns come to the Kings with a clear organizational mandate. In the longest playoff drought in NBA history and return the Kings to the postseason for the first time in 16 years. That's all we care about right now. Is get there, and then we can go from there. And I'm like, dang, I wish Mark Jackson. But then, I thought about it more, and as, let it sink in. And then, I like it more and more as I think about it. Because look, number one, let's start here. Mike Brown is taking a huge risk. Huge risk. I'm pretty sure he could have got a job elsewhere. But instead, he was interested of coaching the Kings. The Kings have the best upside, and they can give you your best case scenario and your worst case scenario. Your worst case scenario is this. More than likely, when you coach the Kings, it's not going to be a good season. More than likely, based on the past, it's not going to be a good season, and then it's not going to be good on your resume. All right? But if you help the Kings get to the playoffs, that will boost your resume to the ceiling because you're going to end the 16-year playoff drought. So he's taking a big risk, So if Mike Brown was able to get the Kings to the playoffs in his first year, they might create a holiday in Sacramento and name it after Mike Brown. That's how desperate these Kings fans and myself want us to get to the playoffs. Because think about it, when you get to the playoffs, everybody's watching you nationally. So the teams that are not in the playoffs are watching you. The teams that's in the playoffs, they are the teams that don't play that day are watching you. And guess what? They watching you for at least 4 games playing the same team. And they're looking like, you know what? If I was there, I could be the masterpiece for this team. That's what players do during the playoffs. They watch the game and they're like, you know what? If this team had me, I'll be better. If that team had me, I'd be better. I could be a good impact on this team. There it goes. They just need me. Oh my God. They got everything else. They just need me. So we gotta get to the playoffs. But he having a good season. Like he started coaching with the Cavaliers. I think they went 52 and 52 and 30 for 2 years straight. Then they won 63 games. He won Coach of the Year. Then they won 61 games. He goes to the Lakers, win 42. He went 42 and 25, or 41 and 25, I believe. And then the next year he went 1 and 4 in the beginning of the season, and then he got fired. He goes back to the Cavaliers without LeBron, obviously, wins 33 games, and he gets fired again. But he's been an assistant with the Warriors, and previous to these 2 years, the 3 years previous to that, he was the offensive coordinator. Basically, he was the guy that was running the offense, and then he got transitioned to the defense 2 years ago. In the last 2 years, he's been an orchestrator of this Warriors defense. The Warriors finished top 2 in defense this year, and that's without Draymond Green being in the lineup for most of the year. So that's something that the Kings need is defense. We lack in defense every single year. We're in the bottom of the league. We most of the years we can score. We can score points. We're a fast team. We just need discipline on the defensive side. So I'm more excited. I'm curious, and I'm more like, okay, enough with emotion. Let's get to the season and see what happens. But obviously, he has to finish off this season. So it's Mike Brown, new coach for the Sacramento Kings. So that's all I have for you guys today, and we'll see you in the next episode. Hey, thank you for staying to the end. So before we end this video, we have a competition coming out. It's called 5 Jersey Giveaway. So basically, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, all right? And we need your help to get to 1,000 subscribers. And we're trying to get that milestone done by June 21st, 2022, which is my birthday. So the goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then what I want you guys to do on the comment section of the video, type in hashtag giveaway. And then when you type in hashtag giveaway, you enter the competition. And then when we hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers, I will be sending 5 jerseys to 5 people on June 21st, 2022, a jersey of your choice. So help us get to 1,000. Share this video with somebody, get them to subscribe. And guess what, guys? We'll see you on the next episode.